size bed too. I don't know any kings, but if one came over, I guess he would be comfortable. Say, oh, you're a king, you say. Well, you won't believe what I have in store for you. It's to your exact specification.
Now, you were in the movie Almost Famous. That was a kind of a cute scene, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was short, man. They edited most of me out.
What did they take out that we didn't get to see in the movie?
Well, I have 2 lines that they took out. And the thing was, I showed up late on my second day to the movie, and you can't be sort of a glorified extra and be late to a $80 million movie. You know?
Yeah.
Pisses people off, man. I met Cameron Crowe, but unfortunately I've had to apologize to him as well.
How come?
Because I was late, man. You know, there's nothing worse than having to apologize to Cameron Crowe. And I know his wife is. I think they live up here. So if you listen, I'm still sorry, dude. I'm still sorry. It was just you guys didn't pick me up that day. You see, they picked me up for the first morning shoot, and the next morning's shoot, they wanted me to get there on my own. And it's like, no, man, you should have picked me up again.
That's your fault.
Yeah,
that's right.
I would have been there.
So you're a little unreliable, but generally not.
Well, you see, in showbiz, I'm reliable, man. I will be there. See, now when they repeat my Letterman appearances, like if I see my name, it's like a repeat, and they say, Tonight Show, Mitch Hedberg. I'm like, man, I got to get to New York quick, man.
Give about 35 minutes at that point, yeah.
Well, tell me a little bit about being on Letterman. That would be anybody's dream, is to finally arrive and you're on the Letterman show. And he's one of the wryest, subtle comedians going. He's clearly an intellectual comic guy. Does it make, even a guy like you, who's really at the top of your profession, does it make you a little nervous to go out on stage and do it in front of David Letterman?
Oh, yeah, because he's right behind you. He's right in the back and left of me. And, like, my one ear is trained to him to see if he's laughing, you know, and he does laugh, and it's cool. But, you want to impress him. I want to go have steak dinner with him, but the most I can get out of him is just a couple phrases that he says to me between commercial, during the commercial break.
He just says a few things.
Yeah, he'll say, like, if his announcement is, you can see this comedian at the Punchline this weekend, then during the commercial he'll say, is the Punchline a chain? And that's how he'll ask me, man.
That's your You haven't, like, hung with him or anything?
No, I'd like to, but you know what? He's really nice to me. And last time when I did the show, sometimes they invite you over to the couch depending on time, but last time they didn't have the time, so I went the other way, behind stage, and then he came back all the way across and said, hey, Mitch, thanks for coming, and he shook my hand. It was so great. And last time I was on, Bruce Springsteen was on, so I got to meet the whole E Street Band and everything, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
cool.
it was cool. Springsteen said I was funny, but I know he wasn't watching, man. He was lying to me.
What makes you think that?
Because he had to get ready to do his performance, man. So like, he wasn't watching.
So he was just like, you were funny.
You're funny, Mitch. I really dig it. It was awesome.
Yeah, he was saying that was the general consensus that he was going with, So
you were funny.
Yeah.
Sure, because that's why you were there, of course. You ever see Stupid Pets behind the scenes? Do they have a blue room? Where do they put everybody?
They put everyone. They got a little dressing room, but they keep the second and third act on the show separated from the star of the show. Not Letterman, but the main guy, like
whoever it's like. If it's Robin Williams or
exactly.
Bruce Springsteen or somebody.
If in order to meet the star of the show, you have to bum rush them on the elevator when they're going up.
Right.
I bum rushed Ethan Hawke, and like he was in the he was in the elevator, so I ran in there, and in the elevator show I said, hey, how you doing, man? And that was all we said.
What'd you think of him?
He was quiet, and his hair was a bit greasy.
Did you ever watch, Dave, when you're not on? Did you see the show he did with Warren Zevon recently?
No, but I heard it was amazing.
It was really very touching. Warren knows he has cancer, and he knows he's only got a couple weeks, and so he's racing to complete an album.
Yeah, I know. That's amazing. Warren is, that's one guy that's going to make you feel all right about maybe getting cancer later in your life. So I'm glad to.
If you, Mitch,
that's true, though. If he takes something so scary that nobody ever talks about.
Yeah, exactly.
You bring it out to the public.
Would you continue to work? If you knew you were on your last legs, would you sit down and start hammering out jokes?
That's a good question. That's what Bill Hicks did. You remember Bill Hicks?
Yes.
Oh, he was a genius.
He on his last 6 months, he was on a rampage, man. He wanted to get all that stuff out there because he had a lot of conspiracy theories, too, that he wanted to release. I think he was one of the first guys to talk about the fact that at, what was that place down in Texas where they had the Koresh? Waco. He was one of the first guys to talk about the fact that maybe the tanks from the government were firebombing the place. So he was all hell-bent on getting that stuff out. Me, personally, I talk about bananas and stuff during my show. So I don't know if I was, if I was dying, if I would feel compelled to get that information out.
Now, I'm looking at you. You've got your Starbucks. What kind of, you're drinking one of our latte drinks, so you're into the coffee.
Yeah, I got
You've
some.
also brought on the side some 2% milk. Someone told me you like Gatorade. Well,
I like Gatorade. You know, the thing about Gatorade though that's crazy to me is, you know how when there's a commercial for Gatorade, it's always they show a guy sweating and holding a ball. You see, I don't think you need to be sweating and holding a ball to enjoy a Gatorade. I just think you can be a thirsty dude. You know.
Yeah.
Gatorade forgets about this demographic. You know, I'm thirsty for absolutely no reason.
You don't exercise at all.
Yes. I'm thirsty because liquid hasn't touched my mouth for a long time. Can I have a Gatorade too, or does that lightning bolt exclude me?
At your home in California, do you have a swimming pool?
You know, I want to get one. I want to get one of those ones that where the pools where you can swim and they have the current. You know that it's a weird thing.
Resistance.
Yeah.
Oh, I've not heard of this. Does it make it feel like you're in a river or something?
There's a current running through the pool, and you literally swim in place.
It's
And
amazing.
you get your exercise.
Oh, so you could swim miles and never go
Exactly.
anywhere.
Exactly. Like the pool's really
So
small.
it's like a treadmill
wet
in water.
treadmill.
Yeah. If someone invites you to their house and lets you use their hot tub, go ahead, man. But if they come by with some chopped up carrots and onions and dump them in, get the hell out.
Mike said you were doing shots on stage last time. Do you
Yeah.
really enjoy drinking?
That's
and
not
I've heard
real
it's-
booze, is it?
Well, yeah, it is. You know, I think drinking for the comedian is like stretching for the athlete. You know, I like to have a drink or two before the show. I drink only on my nights that I'm working, and I'm on the road for the last 6 months straight. You know, I'm trying.
You're in tip-top shape then.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I try to keep it together, man. I drink fortified wine.
So if people buy you drinks tonight at Giggles, you will partake in them.
I'll drink them and I'll laugh at them because I get the drinks for free.
Right.
You know what I mean? No, I won't laugh at
There's
them.
no greater honor, man, than buying a comedian a drink and
I
having
love
a drink.
it.
That's nice.
That's so true, man. When someone buys you something, you know, I always accept an offer. If someone offers me a piece of gum, I always say yeah. If someone, any kind of offering, like if like I hate it when I say, hey, you want a piece of gum, and someone says no. It's like, come on, man, I got 23 sticks, dude. Help me out. I need to deplete the pack.
Now, how about the other stuff, like in the Almost Famous? You were talking about smoking the fake pot. Do you endorse any kind of,
Yeah,
recreational use
what
of-
if you were Tommy Chong? People are always offering him
Oh
to
yeah.
deplete too.
See, I worked with Chong, and everyone was giving me pot to give to Tommy Chong, and I'm like, sure, I'll give it to him eventually. You know.
I'll tell him about it.
Yeah. But Tommy Chong will never have to buy dope for the rest of his life. You know, he'll always be able to get it. Just all he has to do is do a show and then stand by the door afterwards.
Right. That's what he does too. So where do you go from Seattle? What's your next gig?
I'm playing a college in San Luis Obispo, a theater in Austin, and then a club show in Houston next week. So I
And
got.
then eventually you get back home.
Yeah, eventually I'll be back home.
You do a lot of colleges?
You know, I've been doing a lot of colleges lately, and I always like to buy the T-shirt from the college because I think they're well-made, quality shirts. But people get the wrong idea. Then you walk around with an Auburn shirt on, and someone says, "Hey, Auburn, all right, did you go there?" And you say sheepishly, "Yeah, I went there, man. It was a Wednesday." I was there on Wednesday.
Yeah, I got the third degree, too.
You've got that. You've got that sort of. Didn't you have sort of that grunge rock star kind of look
Yep.
a little bit?
Yep.
And I bet the girls would like you at the colleges.
Oh, you know, actually, I've had a couple girls at colleges come up to me after the show and say, "Hey, can I hang out with you?" And it was like totally, they were just like giving themselves to me. They were just following me. It
Yeah,
was
they
amazing.
would.
But it was
Yeah.
a little creepy too, you know. So,
Really?
Because I got a girlfriend, you know, and I try to. Well, what I say is, I don't have a girlfriend. I just know a girl who would get really mad if she heard me say that.
Yeah, that's right. So you don't. So you're not available on the road when these girls are throwing themselves at
Oh, I used to be, man. But, you know, they don't throw themselves at you, really. You know, at comics, they have to, you still have to be funny for another hour after the show to be with the girl. 45 minutes wasn't enough, girl? Come on, that's a sitcom and a half.
Mitch, good to see you again. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks for having me on the show.
Mitch Hedberg won the Seattle Comedy Competition in 1997 and has since become one of the top headliners across the country. He's also a regular on the David Letterman Show. Welcome to the Bob Rivers Show. How you doing, Mitch?
Hey, good, thanks. That's the best radio intro I've ever had.
Wow,
That was
thanks.
good. No, I loved it. Thanks, Bob.
Joe wrote that.
But I don't go across the country anymore. I go down the country now, up and down.
Down, up and down. You stopped going across.
Yeah.
It's all about variety. Yeah, chicks dig that.
Everyone else goes up and down, or across, rather.
Across,
So
right.
you go up and down.
I go up and down. No stoplights that way.
Very nice.
How do you travel? Do you fly mostly? Or some guys will drive, and we've had even some that do RVs.
Yo, that's what I want to do, an RV, man. I'm looking to get a big RV. And they're cheaper than I thought. They're only like $50,000, you know. So after, another 14 years, I should be able to get one. No, but no, I fly most of the time. Flying right now, I'm on Southwest Airlines a lot. I always get first class on Southwest. You know what that is? That's letter A.